We kept things pretty quiet so far today and a little bit hotter when you compare our temperatures today to how they panned out yesterday. Certainly had quite a chilly start this yesterday morning, I should say. Upper 50s to lower 60s across the entire board. Then we hopped back into at least the lower 90s. After dropping back into the upper 60s this morning, we went back to 94 so far at Joplin Regional. But now we have our next cold front already making its presence known in the form of a few isolated storms, especially in northern parts of Bourbon County and parts of Linn County as well. But looking back southwest toward the Wichita area, you can see a few more radar echoes trying to pop up, signs that the front's trying to fire off some more isolated storms. Again, it was amazing to see how we had nothing throughout much of the day. But then as that front started to knock on the door, that is when the front decided to come alive. The front, which will work in from northwest to southeast. Again, the prime time with these rain chances, it's going to be now up until about midnight. Then I think we're in pretty good shape as we go into our Wednesday morning. In the meantime, though, we're looking quiet for 7th range line. Cloud cover ahead of the approaching front, though, in the far northern horizon. But Joplin is dry and still a bit hot. 91 degrees. Not much of a bump in the feels like temperature since dew points are still in the lower 60s. So still feels pretty good outside and maybe just a hair warmer. Feels like maybe 92 at the worst case scenario. Upper 80s to lower 90s all across the board. But once that front sweeps on through, we're going to have temperatures fall through the 90s, 80s, 70s. Ultimately down to the upper 50s and lower 60s. So we're talking about a good drop in temperatures on the way once we get past the front and these thunderstorm chances that are still trying to develop as we go through the rest of the evening. Fortunately, though, while we may have to deal with some isolated widely scattered storms here, any good severe weather is going to stay up in the Great Lakes where you have better dynamic support up that way. But we still have to deal with this cold front before we get the high pressure to give us a few nice couple days to get us through the middle of the week. Not to mention the jet stream setup will be on the cooler side of the jet before this upper level ridge wants to build some heat back in as we head toward the weekend. So to recap again the forecast here, we're already seeing some isolated storms developing out in parts of southeast Kansas. That'll be the continuing trend. Here's 8 o'clock, maybe a little bit more scattered by 10 o'clock, but once we get to this point, the front is going to be really pushing off toward the south and east. So I think by midnight, we'll be pretty much done with the bulk of these rain chances. Can't rule out maybe a random shower in our far southern counties before we hit sunrise Wednesday morning, but behind the front, upper 50s to lower 60s to start the morning out. Then we're just looking really good for tomorrow afternoon. With plenty of sunny skies lined up, we'll go from 61 in the morning, 79 by noon, afternoon highs right around 84 degrees. We'll keep things pretty quiet for Thursday morning, maybe a little bit of high cloud cover, but lows in the upper 50s. And the rest of the 7-day forecast, I say, is looking okay for the most part, certainly over the next 2 days. 84 tomorrow, 59 Thursday morning, highs are 86. Those are the 2 pick days to enjoy outdoor plans before we see the 90s head back in on Friday. Mainly 92 degrees, but even if we try to hold on to the lower to mid 90s through the rest of the weekend and early next week now, and maybe a few random thunderstorm chances on Tuesday, the humidity isn't eager to come on back, which I am all for at this point.
Yeah, those temperatures are a lot more bearable when the humidity is low, for sure.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Nick.